Hello everyone, it's Andy Glenn welcoming you all to another Sharks TV podcast. And this week I'm joined by Kell Beattie. Kell, how are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. It's great to be in this sort of familiar space again. But thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you must probably be, you're probably the player that's been on most camera podcasty type things.
Yeah, well, when I get asked to do it, I don't really mind doing it. So it's always a bit of fun as well. So yeah, I enjoy doing it.
This one's not going to be any fun. There's going to be no fun involved in this one. Do you remember back to summertime where we were doing a podcast? You were in your house in Belfast. I'm sitting in my room in Dalton, and we're talking about you signing for the Sharks. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember it like it yesterday.
It did seem quite. It doesn't seem like last season type thing. But the reason for bringing you on today is that you've signed a 2-year extension for the Sharks.
Yeah, absolutely. When the question came about, to be fair, I didn't expect it to come so quick. Obviously, we're still in mid-season here, or coming to the end of the season, and we're fighting for a playoff spot. So I thought that the coaches and Peaks and Dunny would be more focused on trying to get the playoffs. But obviously, when the question came about, and I spoke to Peaks and spoke to Martin as well about coming back, and they asked me about coming back, and I said to him, yeah, 100%. I'll obviously have a think about it before I sign anything. And I spoke to my mum and dad and stuff, and just the usual stuff they were asking me, like, it's up to you. But I love it here. I love playing here in front of the fans. The organisation's great, and I couldn't really ask for more to come back, and it's something that I'll pursue over the next 2 years.
It's interesting to hear you say you were kind of surprised that because of the timing of it as such. We've seen some other clubs, just a few signings that have been out, but you're the first Shark signing. What does that say to you?
Well, I mean, obviously, I know, not to big myself up or anything, but I know I have a huge part to play in the team. Obviously, at such a young age, it's a whole another responsibility to play with. But I was quite shocked, to be honest with you, when I was the first one to sign. I know they're probably speaking to a few other boys right now, but first one to put pen to paper, it means a lot to me. It means that I'm trusted within the coach's hand, and the organisation as well. Obviously, I have a big part to play in it at such a young age, so it really means a lot to me, and I just have to show what I'm made of out in the ice.
I think that was the point I was hoping you'd pick up on, that it is really, it's good for you, and you've seen what the Sharks have become. You've been here a number of years now, so you've seen us key part Shark Slam and NIHL 1. This first season, obviously finding our feet and hoping to make the playoffs. But you can see the trajectory where the Sharks are going, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, we're in a battle right now to get into the playoff spot. But you can see what it has to come for next year. Obviously, it's our first year in the league, and we're building on it. But I feel like if we get into the playoffs this year, we can really make a stamp of ourselves, and it attracts more boys as well wanting to come here. It just shows what a first year team can do, and obviously you've got other players from Scotland playing around the NIHL as well, so it'll attract hopefully some of them boys back, and just see what we're made of, really.
So why 2 years as opposed to one season?
When I spoke to Martin, I was probably only wanting to come back for 1 year, just 1 year at a time, and just see how things go, really.
Yeah.
Just to see how it went. But he threw the 2 year out to me, and he just said to me, like, for my own benefit as well, it would be more of a safety net if I wanted to leave after a year and then maybe go try and play in the Elite League somewhere in Europe. I would sort of have a safety net to fall back onto with the Sharks. But like, I wouldn't, if I was to move anywhere else, it would definitely be out of this league. I could say that with open-hearted. I love my time here. I love spending it with all the boys and the coaches and the fans. They make my time a much more safe place to be here, and if it was to be after this year, it would definitely be somewhere else in Europe or in the Elite League. So I can say that open-heartedly, that I wouldn't probably move to any other teams.
Well, I think as a measure of how popular you are, when Mason announced it, goodness knows why Mason announced it, not you or Owen, he got the fans clapping along. If you were there, good for being there. If you weren't there, get up the stairs after a match, come at the bar and see what's going on. But yeah, after you announced it, I saw fans high-fiving each other and giving it what for. You're a really popular player with the fans. Do you realise that?
Yeah, well, obviously I didn't expect us to be such a loud cheer when I signed back. Obviously there was a few people shocked. I think my mum was at that game last weekend, so she sort of had a bit of a tear in her eye as well. Obviously it's our oldest son living away for another 2 years from home, so yeah, like I know myself that I'm sort of a popular player within the team, and I just have to get on with who I am and just try not to be someone I'm not really.
You're a quiet player, but you're just so popular. And I think, I'm guessing you must have had opportunities to go elsewhere, so I'm not going to ask you to share those. But why the Sharks?
Why the Sharks? Like I've said, obviously I've said in previous podcasts as well, or interviews, that this place is my second home. I still am loving every time. To be fair, I was quite worried in the summer about moving away from home and whether or not I would be able to adjust to living away from home, and obviously living in such a smaller town compared to Belfast. That was probably one of my main worries, but I felt like I've adjusted to it a lot, and like I've said, the club, the organisation, everybody that's involved that make my time here as best as possible have done the right thing. And it's amazing what they've done for me over the past, coming here at 16, and I'm still sat here, and I turned 20 yesterday, so I'm still sat here 4 years later. So I would never have imagined it, to be fair, but I'm glad I've made that choice at such a young age, and I'm happy with my decision to come back for another 2 years, and I hope to see everyone else back in 2 years' time.
Absolutely. I was going to make some cheeky comment about you coming back and staying here and all the rest of it, but I'm not. I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to give a special shout out to Leanne and Jamie, who continue to feed you and look after you, because they've travelled to and from Cairnryan, doing all sorts for you as well. They're pretty much took you under their wing, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, coming over here at such a young age, at 16 years old, my mum was quite worried about me. Obviously our eldest son, and then I've got my younger brother as well, but she was quite worried about me. But Jamie and Leanne have took me under their wing so much, and it is like a second family to me. Like Leanne and Jamie treat me nothing less than what they would treat their other two kids. So I'm really thankful for them, the way they've brought me in, and hopefully here the 2 more years as well. I was actually renting their house the other night. I stole Bailey's dinner as well. So Bailey was out and Liam was like, here, you can have that. So yeah, they still treat me like I'm one of their own, and I can't thank them enough for it.
Well, brilliant. And we can't thank you enough for signing for the Sharks for another 2 seasons. It was great news for all of us. You're an absolute favourite here. You're a favourite of mine. And we thank you for your time. Before you go, you know what I'm going to ask you to do. It's a message to the fans. Kell?
Thanks very much for the support all season. I'm glad to be back for another 2 seasons, and I hope yous are too. I hope to see yous all at the rest of the games before the end of the season, and we'll hopefully make playoffs. Well, I'm sure we do. So thanks very much, Sharks fans.
Thanks, Kell. And just before I go, I'm going to say to you all to like, share and subscribe and hit that notifications bell, because when Sharks re-sign or we get new signings, you'll hear from them first here. So get that notification bell ticked. We thank you for watching. This is Andy Glenn saying cheerio.